CD Projekt really needs to stop placing the cart in front of the horse. In fact, the top brass at CD Projekt, the parent company of CD Projekt Red, who developed AAA titles like The Witcher and Cyberpunk, said that they can release the new Witcher trilogy in quick succession, which is overall a really dumb thing to say unless you believe life's greatest joy lies in breaking promises, divorced dad style, baby. In a quarterly earnings call, CD Projekt CEO Michal Nowakowski stated this seemingly far-fetched belief on the matter, with the rationale being due to how CD Projekt Red is now using Unreal Engine 5. Per Nowakowski, we've been using Unreal Engine 5 for The Witcher 4 for 4 years now, and we're very happy with what we've achieved. I think you could have seen some of that with your own eyes with our tech demo reveal at Unreal Fest a couple of months ago, and we're very happy with the results of that as well. We've already said that, but I'm always happy to say it again. And we're happy with how the engine is evolving through the Epic team's efforts and how we are learning how to make it work within a huge open world game, as The Witcher 4 is meant to be. In a way, yes, I do believe that further games should be delivered in a shorter period of time. As we stated before, our plan is to launch the whole trilogy within a 6-year period. So yes, that would mean we would plan to have a shorter development time between The Witcher 4 and The Witcher 5, between The Witcher 5 and The Witcher 6, and so on. End quote. Nowakowski's statement understandably raised a few eyebrows. You know, because that shit sounds insane. After all, the average development time for AAA games these days is roughly 5 years. They require a ridiculous amount of time, manpower, and money in order to survive the entirety of the development process. Because games are essentially slow-cooked in the game development crockpot before being ready to serve. In other words, the modern game development process is lengthy. Phrasing. And that's even before acknowledging that CD Projekt Red's previous AAA title, Cyberpunk 2077, was catastrophically unfinished at launch. In fact, it was a broken mess to the point of frustration. Sometimes amusing, to be sure, but mostly frustrating considering that most of the bugs and glitches undermined the sincerity of Cyberpunk 2077's narrative and the overall gameplay flow. In other words, Cyberpunk 2077 released as a broken mess, relatable, and one that took CDPR 3 years to fix so it can be in an actual playable state. And yes, I know that many claim that Cyberpunk 2077 is good now, and in the future I will be diving back into the game sometime now that it is considered playable, but damn, that first impression was brutal. And with Cyberpunk 2077 in mind, Nowakowski now stating how quickly the studio will develop the next Witcher trilogy sounds like wishful thinking considering the cataclysmic, horrific launch of the studio's prior AAA title. Because the notion of CDPR releasing The Witcher 5 3 years after The Witcher 4 and The Witcher 6 3 years after The Witcher 5 as retail-ready experiences feels like an outlandish goal. Sure, this is just speculation on my part, because if CDPR can actually accomplish this feat all while ensuring that the game is in a more than satisfactory state, then by all means, that's great fucking news. But CD Projekt shouldn't be making such grandiose statements about how quickly they can release games considering how they botched the launch of their previous AAA title. Meaning that I just have so many doubts that CD Projekt can live up to their word on this. Because with the realities of modern game development and CDPR bungling the launch of Cyberpunk 2077, this means that I don't really have much faith in Nowakowski's statement. Because when it comes to the new Witcher trilogy's planned release structure, seeing will be believing.